I am issuing a safety notice.
First Ottawa, then Washington joined the chorus of concern.
All of those planes are grounded, effective immediately, okay?
And what was once the engine of Boeing's civil aviation business, now sitting idle pretty much everywhere. We'll break down how that came to be and what it means for Boeing and how little it changes for those gathering to grieve at the scene of the crash that killed 157 people. But first, this is a picture of the 737 MAX 8s in the sky a few days ago. Hundreds of flights every day in every corner of the world. This is the picture now. Those planes carry tens of thousands of passengers a day. Grounding them has forced airlines to shuffle fleets, flights, and bookings. Katie Simpson begins our coverage with the decision and what happened next.
So relieved to be on the ground, travelers on the last Boeing 737 MAX flights had an unsettling start to the day.
I knew right from the outset that we were on that plane, so the first 11 minutes were a bit anxiety-ridden.
As it turned out, the first 11 minutes were just turbulence, but my goodness sakes, it gives you a start, you know.
Some flights were canceled or delayed, but the impact at Canadian airports was isolated.
I fly so much, I wasn't worried. I didn't ever expect Air Canada would let us fly if it wasn't safe, so.
Canada's transport minister says he made the decision to ground the planes after receiving new verified satellite data. It showed similarities between the Lion Air crash last October and the Ethiopian crash on Sunday. In the first deadly incident, the pilot struggled with the plane's software system that erroneously detected the plane's nose was too high and automatically tried to force it down.
So the result there is that the airplane tends to oscillate in this conflict between the software and the pilot. And that's what had some similarities on the Ethiopian flight.
It's a change in position for Ottawa after the government initially said it didn't have enough evidence to ground the planes. That changed with the new information discovered this morning.
Based on that data, comparing the two incidents, our flight safety engineers looked at it and they felt that there was a troubling parallel between the two incidents.
Hours after Canada announced its decision, the Americans followed suit.
We were coordinating with Canada. We were giving them information. They were giving us information. We very much worked in conjunction with Canada.
Donald Trump's announcement happened so quickly, this MAX 8 in Washington, D.C., bound for Orlando, Florida, had to return to the gate.
We were on our way to Disney World, and we were on the runway, and then the pilot informed us that our plane was being grounded by an order from the president.
No one has any idea how long it will be before these planes can return to the sky. So on the tarmac, they will sit for now. The timing of all of this is less than ideal. Many Canadians are away or planning to go away for March break. They'll now have to work with their airlines to make alternate arrangements. Katie Simpson, CBC News, Ottawa.
And those airlines in Canada quickly announced they were complying with Ottawa's decision. So what can passengers expect? Air Canada and WestJet are asking customers traveling soon to contact them. If they're affected, they can rebook flights at no additional charge, but that may take a while. Both airlines emphasize that the vast majority of their fleets was still flying, but WestJet acknowledged grounding its MAX 8s has so far affected 1,000 passengers. Air Canada has the second largest MAX 8 fleet in the world, and it says grounding them could affect anywhere from 9,000 to 12,000 passengers.
The thing they're arguing probably is it's not their fault. It's the government's fault for grounding the planes.
Both airlines said the situation is, quote, fluid and asked for patience.